Okay.
Okay, we're just about going live. It's coming on now. Perfect. Good afternoon, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. And please just give us 2 minutes so Facebook can get this video visible to everyone. But I'm so excited that you're here. Just give us a minute. Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome. Let us know where you're joining from.
Oh, I want to keep these all together because I don't know this place.
I'm just trying to look for this video. Okay, right here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I have it on your page now, Tamlyn. So,
I'm sorry?
I have it on your page now.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I was trying to achieve first. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and let us know where you are coming in from. It's so good to have you here. It's a Friday afternoon. Well, welcome. Let me know where you're joining from. I am so excited. It's the Civilized presence, and of course, you're in the right place. Now, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I'm going to work on my volume. Okay. Good. Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Jump on in and let us know where you're coming from. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Yes, we are here today in the afternoon, but thank you. Thank you for the messages. I received some messages already. But Louisa, where is the video that I'm coming? So come right in and share this video on your page, on your business page, on your Facebook page. Invite your friends and family. Invite everyone. Invite your neighbor. Invite your enemies. It's a good message. So I want to share that with you, and I have the right person in the house this afternoon to share this with you. Yes, and so I just want you to know that I really appreciate you making out time to be here. And we're using a different platform. I'm trying to get used to the whole Zoom thing, so forgive me. I'm looking around. I have different screens here, but we're gonna make it happen. I don't know what happened to be like, but I'm excited. I think this is just the right platform for this moment. So we're going to get things started. So welcome. This is the Civilized Presence. And if you're here for the first time, Civilized Presence is an online TV session where lives are changed, where people discover their self, their purpose, their voice, and learn social skills to thrive in the real world. So it's so good to have you. We're here every Mondays and Fridays, usually at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. But today we're here at 5 p.m. It's a great message today. And thank you so much. A lot of you have been sending me messages. Welcome, Mohammed. Welcome, Henry. Guys, you really have to come into the box and just say hello, because this is a different platform. So I'm trying to figure out, I can see people from different screens, but if I do not call your name, please come in and just say hello. That way I'll be sure that I can see you. Because I don't know where to look at. You know, I'm just trying to make it happen. We're having fun with this. So some of you do not know me. I am your girl, Louisa Akaiso, and I'm going to be your host for today. And I feel so honored that you responded to the call, to the flyer, to the post. I'm not sure how you got here, if someone invited you. Well, thank you. If you get this on replay, well, thank you for jumping on and welcome. Thank you so much. Like I said, we're always here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. And sometimes we have a special session just like this one. So the main focus of this Facebook series really is to help restore civility in our society. And we've been doing this from last year from the month of April. So we're turning 1 this April, and so it's worth celebrating. I don't know if you've been part of any of our series. We started the masterclass series. And Tamlyn, can you hear me? I hope that you can hear me. Okay, great. Yes, so if you haven't seen any of what we're doing, just get on my page and you can have access to it. So please follow me on Facebook. It's So Unique Experts, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's So Unique Experts, or you can look for Louisa Akaiso. Pretty easy. And I will be just there. And you can have access to all of the replays of some of the videos that we've had. Or you can go on YouTube, and that's where you have like everything that we've done since last year. And let me let you know that this is session number 96. So we've come a long way, and I am so excited. So you might be asking, what do you do? So I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance in themselves and their reputation. And that's going to be you, who's here this afternoon, Friday afternoon, and you haven't started partying yet. It's 5 p.m. here in Eastern Time. Some of you are from Africa, so probably you're watching me and you're in the bedroom and just about to, you know, just retire for the day. But I'm excited that you're here. And so it's a great topic that affects everyone. So you want to hang on tight right here. Now, if you do not know what civility is, and it's your first time, I'm choosing a definition today from Dr. Pierre Forney, and that states that being civil means being constantly aware of others and weaving restraint, respect, and consideration into the very fabric of this awareness. So that means that civility is gracious goodness. So I can see some messages, and I can say, guys, let me know that you can see the video, because I'm still getting messages from my inbox, and we're right here and we're live. So, and on my other screen, I can see you. So I hope that you do find me here and not keep going to my inbox so it's not distracting. But I love you very much. Thank you so much for even showing interest and wanting to be here. So civility is focused on positive people's treatment. Civility, it's courtesy, it's kindness, it's politeness, it's the golden rule, treating others the way that you want to be treated, whatever is going to work for you. What is important is that you understand what we're doing and you're able to grab some kind of nuggets that's going to help you to be the best version of you. So welcome and thank you so much. Thank you, Christine, for being here. Thank you, guys. If I haven't called your name, it's just because I'm using a different system and I cannot see you, but I know that you're there. So thank you so much for jumping on. We're not doing Be Live today. Usually with Be Live, it's easier. Welcome, Dog Heart. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Esther. It's great to have you here. Welcome, John. It's great to have you here. And thank you so much. Thank you for being here. So the topic of today is, are you showing civility on social media? Now, a lot of us, well, you're on social media, that's why you can even see the video. Or maybe somebody invited you or you have access to it on YouTube, whatever it is. But social media has got its codes and conduct. And I just find that lately, a lot of people do not stick to that. And so it kind of seems like social media only has like the negative representation when it really shouldn't. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. It's really going to be fun. I'm so excited about this topic because there's so many questions that I want to ask Tamlyn, and I'm sure being the expert, she's going to just bring some clarity on some of the things that has been bothering me too. So let me give you a moment for Tamlyn to say hello to the audience, and over to you, Tamlyn.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Louisa, for this opportunity, for all of your work, for having me on today. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you to all the viewers who are taking the time out to join us this afternoon. So we really appreciate it, and I'm most grateful for your presence today. And thank you so much, Louisa.
Thank you so much, and welcome, Deborah. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Phyllis. It's great to have you here. Guys, if I haven't called your name, it's because I really cannot see you, but just a few people who are on my direct page are the ones that I'm calling their name, but I want you to know that I really do love and appreciate you for making out time to be here. Now, let me tell you a bit about Tamlyn. She's a returning guest, but if you've never seen her before, okay, let me tell you a bit about her. Tamlyn Franklin is an author, a certified image and etiquette trainer, and the founder of Etiquette Consulting Group. Tamlyn takes an innovative and exciting approach, teaching individuals and organizations etiquette and professional image strategies. A believer in the triple treats of etiquette, excellence, civility, and graciousness, Tamlyn uses these principles to help individuals obtain social decorum. Tamlyn received her etiquette trainer certification through the Professional Women Network, a national and international consulting organization specializing in professional and career development. Tamlyn has a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering and a Master of Business Administration degree. She has over 20 years of work experience in corporate recruiting, training and development, and nonprofit administration. Welcome, Moise Gujar. It's great to have you here in the house. Tamlyn is passionate advising individuals on how to achieve personal and professional dreams with style and grace. So, you know what, guys? Tamlyn has been here before. She's a returning guest. And so this is why I'm so excited to have her experience that she works with people every single day. And so what better person for us to learn from? And welcome, Beth. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much. So, Tamlyn, how this works, of course, you already know, is to get started with the conversation, begin with the questions. And of course, sometimes we have questions from the audience and just kind of take it from there. So my very first question for you would be, what does civility mean to you? Over to you, Tamlyn.
Civility is, to me, means the same thing it means to you. It means being kind, being gracious, being thoughtful of others, and not just considering yourself when you're doing anything. The way you do anything, you can always consider others, whether it's dining out, whether it's working in the office, driving down the street, walking across the crosswalk. There is civility in everything. So it's just about considering others, being aware of your behavior, and showing kindness in everything that you do, in all your interactions. Yes.
Thank you so much. So it's all about kindness, graciousness. And guys, when you think about civility, just think about stepping out of you and just stretching out to be, to add some kind of value to the person next to you. That's really what we're doing. Being mindful, being present. Because when you're mindful, when you're present, then there's certain things that you will not do because you care about the person next to you. And so this is what we share here every Mondays and Fridays. And welcome, Wenger. It's great to have you. Welcome, Sabella Afrik. Welcome, Dr. Caro. It's great to have you here in the house. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I can see people just coming in. And do us a favor, can you start up a watch party, guys, on your page? Because this is a great message for everyone. And I don't want you guys to miss this message. So start up a watch party and just let people jump on in and be part of what we're doing today. So Tamlyn, this kind of takes me to my very next question for you. Now, is social media a blessing or a curse? So what are the pros and cons of social media? Over to you, Tamlyn.
There are many pros to social media. Obviously, being here today with you is because of social media. We would not be able to interact with people from all over the globe without social media, right? So you can have clients, you can have friends, family, you can keep connected with people all over. We have people on this call actually in Africa and other countries and states, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
That is a huge benefit to being able to stay connected. and also being able to advertise. Businesses, you can start an online business and you can have a social media presence, and your social media presence, you can go viral like almost instantly and contact many more people than you would with traditional ways of advertising, right? And also, a lot of employers are using social media to help them with hiring. So there are so many pros to social media. Education, there are many online educational programs for all ages. Very small children to seniors can learn new skills online. I know I watch a lot of YouTube videos and listen to a lot of YouTube videos all day, empowering speeches and all kinds of informational programs on YouTube. So social media affords us that opportunity. I can't even remember what it was like not to have YouTube now, right? And some of you probably can relate, because YouTube has really, it takes up a lot of our time on a daily basis. I can speak for myself. I know it does for me. But yeah, so social media really allows us to stay connected, and not only with our family and friends, but with colleagues, with clients, with other like-minded people, because the comment section now on many of the social sites allows us to interact and make new friends and acquaintances. So those are the some of the greatest pros that I can that I see. Some of the cons are people oftentimes are involved in bullying, and negative messages and negative news spreads like a wildfire with social media, which is one of the major cons, because news travels fast, but social media makes it travel at the speed of light. So it's hard to kind of get your arms around something that's not true with social media, because it can be viral instantly. So that's one of the major things. And also a lot of negative energy is spread on social media, with comments, with a lot of violence and exposure, because very young children, if they aren't monitored, they can get their hands on just about anything with social media. And I don't know if you heard about this this video game that young children would get, they had access to, that was causing them to commit suicide. And it has a lot of negative effects on very young children. So that's one of the cons, because young children, if they aren't properly supervised, they can have access to things that are not appropriate for their ages. And another con of social media is people get the wrong impression of what they see. When we see images, we think that that is what it is. And oftentimes it's just a snapshot of a larger scene that we know nothing about. We can see a pretty face in a picture and think that the environment that face is in is just as perfect as the face that we see, but it could be chaotic behind the scenes, but we don't see that. So a lot of times self-esteem is affected by what we see. So we have young people taking their lives because they can't measure up to the images that they see on social media. So that's another con that is a very unfortunate one. And those are just a few. I mean, there are a lot more, but those are the major ones, because social media, we can't get around it. Our children have never known life without cell phones and social media.
That's true.
They've never known it. I have an 18-year-old. She's always known that there was the internet and social media. So she hasn't lived her life not knowing it. I have grandchildren. they know how to use YouTube. They're pretty much experts, if you ask me. And they're 4 and 5 years old. So they have access and they've never known life without it. My mom, her generation, baby boomers and older, they can't get around it either. They may have tried to avoid social media, but now it's everywhere. So they're almost forced to utilize it. So,
wow. This is great. Thank you so much. Let me just go back to the audience. Welcome, Franklin. Welcome, Trent. Welcome, Melissa. It's great to have you. Welcome, Stacy. Welcome, Margaret James. It's great to have you. Welcome, Wenger. Welcome, Mimi. Welcome, Martha. Welcome, Zehi from Canada. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Louisa from Canada. Welcome, Oymer from the US. It's so good to have you here. Guys, if you're just joining us, it's the Civilized Presence, and you are in the right place at the right time. Now, did you see the topic of the day? So you can join in the conversation. The topic is, are you showing civility on social media? That is so important. What image do you have online? Okay, so this takes me to the next question for you, Tamlyn. And how can one be on social media and still stay consistent with their brand? Over to you, Tamlyn.
I would say when you're on social media, consider the fact that whatever you post is your carbon footprint. So it will exist always. So before responding to a post, before adding a comment, before posting anything, and a lot of times what people are doing is using social media to journal their lives. So everything that they do, they post on social media, which can be, it can work against them in some regard. So I say before posting anything or before commenting on anything or before using social media for your life, for your brand, to post pictures of your family, for your business, whatever you use it for, I would say just be mindful of what you want to live on forever, because it's kind of like writing a book. Once you put it out there, it's like it's out there and it's in cyberspace forever. You can go back and try to delete it, but it's there forever. So you always want to be mindful of what you post. So posting when you're angry, posting when you're frustrated, posting when you're disappointed, or using social media to vent, I would warn against that, because your feelings and emotions will change after you've had a time to assess a situation or sleep on it, or take some time out to maybe write about it before you post anything. But I would say just be mindful of everything you put out. I don't care if it's a smiley face or a sad face, it's there forever. It will exist in cyberspace. It will be in the cloud. Someone will have access to it. So you may post something out of anger. You could have done it 10 years ago, but someone will bring it back to you, 10 years from now. So you want to be very mindful of how you use social media and every single thing that you put out. It may seem innocent at the time. And I talk to teenagers about this a lot, because they use Instagram and Snapchat and other social sites to, share with their friends. But colleges are looking at those things. So your brand is your brand, no matter what age you are, no matter what you are speaking about, no matter what you're selling, no matter what your business. Your footprint is your footprint is your footprint. So whatever you do, just be mindful that it will exist long after you post it. So you may be in the moment and you may say something or comment on something, but your comments will live on forever. And your brand, use your social media for your personal brand. You just want to be consistent with the message that you put forth. So if your message is about civility, just keep it consistent about civility. Make your comments about civility. Have graciousness in your comments. So I would just say, just be mindful. That's what civility is. It's awareness, it's kindness, it's mindfulness. So make sure that whatever way you utilize social media, that you are just mindful.
Thank you so much, Tamlyn. Let me just go back to the audience and welcome Frank from Ghana. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Anne Rayton. That's an image consultant from Australia. It's so good to have you here. Thank you. Welcome, Christine. It's great to have you, and congratulations on your Civility Ambassador Award. That is very impressive. Welcome, Minister Emmy. It's great to have you here from Cameroon. So look at that. It's a global audience today. I'm so excited. And guys, thank you so much for being here, because every continent is represented. I mean, everyone is just here. I have the French speaking people, I have English, I have everyone. Guys, without you, the show will not go on. I have to pause to say thank you and just let you know how much I appreciate you for always being here, for your support, for believing in me and what we're doing, and just being part of the change that we want to see in the world, because I cannot do it alone. Tamlyn cannot do it alone. We all have to hold our hands together and just know that we have brothers and sisters in different parts of the world, and we can call on them and just get it done. So guys, if you are just joining us, it's the Civilized Presence. You are in the right place. Give us some hearts. Give us some thumbs up. You know, someone was complaining to me the other day that Facebook is a little funny these days. If you're putting out some hearts and likes, they can block you for a moment. So give us some hearts. Give us some thumbs up. Nod your head. Do whatever you want to do. Just give me something. Make me know that you appreciate what we're doing, and thank you so much. This is so great. Start up a watch party on your page. If this message is good for you, that means that it is good for other people in your network. You don't want to be learning alone, and you do not want to keep me as your best kept secret. Okay, invite other people to be part of what we're doing. We need to pass this message. Invite the young people. This is why we had the session in the afternoon. We have the young people at home. Come on, bring them online. Bring your kids, your younger brother, younger sister, bring them on to, to be part of what we're doing. Because, I find that the young people, yesterday I saw a photo on Instagram, and literally it was a photo of a lady, a nude photo of a lady on Instagram. And listen, she had no mask on. She put it on Instagram and she was fine. And I thought, where are we going with this? Social media, are you here to make things worse? Like, where do we take our kids to? So many children are spending so much time online. A lot of children are spending a lot of time on social media. And if we do not have the right message, if there is no positive message on social media, if the adults are not giving a great example, what is going on? How can a woman show up in social media with a nude photograph and you don't have a problem with it? Guys, what are you thinking? What do you want the next generation to do? And I know you're going to say, Louisa is here again. If you're a person of faith, are you not afraid of the God that you serve? Like, are you serious? You came online looking nude? I don't understand. And I was so worried, and I felt my heart was broken because I have kids. And so this brings me to my next question for you, Tamlyn. At what age do you think the children should come on the social media? Because some parents don't really care. They just believe that it's all about buying a phone or iPad for the kids, and the kids get online without any control. What age should they come online? Over to you, Tamlyn.
Louisa, that's a tough question, because I was talking to a young mother recently. She has an infant and she has a 4-year-old. The 4-year-old is like addicted to the phone, addicted to the iPad, like really cannot function without it. And so she said that the younger baby, she was not going to allow that child to even see the phone because it's something in the lighting of the phone that attracts them. So I would caution all parents with infants. I would say not until they're in school. It's hard to get around now because cell phones are prevalent in elementary schools. Like my grandchildren, they're 4 and 5. Most of the children in the school have phones. And in the mornings when the kids are sitting and waiting for class to begin, almost every child has a phone. 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds. So I think it's necessary in some regard for parents to keep in contact with children or for children to have access to parents who are working and so forth. But the sooner you introduce it to a child, the sooner they'll be addicted. So I would say use your discernment, because children, what's happening with children is they aren't able to problem solve. Like children don't know how to have conflict resolution now because their minds are so in tune to the social media, they don't know how to interact with each other to solve problems. So it's causing all kinds of issues at very young ages. So I would just say, as I wouldn't introduce it before the child is in pre-K. I wouldn't introduce a cell phone that early. But what's happening now is children are getting cell phones and iPads and iPods and stuff at very young ages, and it's changing the whole landscape of children and how they interact with one another. I even take the children to the playground. I see very small children at the playground with cell phones. They won't play on the swings. They'll just sit like in a group, small children sitting in a group, all on their cell phones and not playing on the swings, right, on the sliding boards. And it saddens me because this is really the way that the world is going, actually. And I don't know how we put the brakes on it. I wish I knew how to put the brakes on it, but I said the later you can expose a child to it, and we have to lead by example. So when we're with our small children, if we're on the phone, they're naturally going to gravitate to it. So we have to be mindful and put our phones away when we're with our small children, give our full attention to them, and then maybe they we'll be able to resist the urge to give them those devices at such a young age. But I would caution all people who are caring for young children, I would caution them not to expose them too early. And too early is before preschool.
Thank you so much, Tamlyn. I really love your contribution. Let me go back to the audience. Coach Eric is in the house. It's so good to have you here. This is one of my favorite people. And he has a comment here. It says, Common Sense Media found that 42% of children ages 0 to 8 have their own tablet. This is sad. And then the Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, isn't recommended for children under 18 months old. Okay. And we have attorney TC Cooper. She's here in the house. Coach TC, it's so good to have you. Thank you so much. Minister Caroline, she's here in the house. And we have Imoli David. Thank you so much for joining us. And if it's your very first time, we're having a conversation. Are you showing civility on social media? Now, this is a topic that affects everyone. Whether I don't want you coming up to say, I don't have kids here. Listen, there are people around you. I'm sure you're as troubled as I am. You go out and you see kids and they cannot even have a conversation. They're literally just looking at their iPad every single minute. They cannot have a conversation. It seems as though every other person is invisible. I don't know where is the world headed to? We have to do something about it. Now, this kind of leads me to my next question. Another thing that, another question on my mind is so many professionals, out there would say, oh, Louisa, I'm not on social media. I don't like social media. I don't want my business out there. I'm just fine. I'm just okay. So my question for you, Tamlyn, is it good or is it important for professionals to be on social media? Should every professional be on social media? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Over to you, Tamlyn.
I would say if a professional does not have a social media presence, they're going to have a limited audience. They'll be able to reach a wider and more broad market with a social media presence because people love to interact with like-minded people. So if the person that has the business has social media sites, then it will give their followers, it will give them an opportunity to learn more about the person, learn more about the other followers. But without that, you kind of lose that intimacy that you have and you lose the market because social media, there are no limits to the market that you can have, right? So without a presence, it's kind of like not even being visible.
Mm. Mm.
Right?
Thank you so much. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Now, I have another question for you. I find that a lot of people on social media are not consistent. What I mean by that is 10% of the time, you're talking about your business if you ever mention it. 30% of the time, you are lying half nude on the beach and telling us about whatever you're drinking. Another 10%, we have a video of you having a baby in the hospital. Another 10% is everything about your business at home. So what is appropriate for us to put out there in social media? Because this is what's causing all of these problems. What is appropriate in terms of the message, in terms of posting, in terms of communicating or interacting with people? What should we put out there? Over to you, Tamlyn. I
would say keep it as professional as possible. unless your business is modeling where you have to post pictures of yourself in different outfits or bathing suits. But otherwise, I would say keep that kind of private, because what happens on social media is a lot of times you can be stalked by people who you have no intentions on interacting with, but they could be watching your profile from afar. So posting too much inappropriate behavior or too many intimate details about yourself or your life could backfire. So I would say be mindful, especially if you're a professional and you have a brand and you want other people to follow your brand. You just have to be mindful about the things you put on there. Some things are just not for all eyes to see. Some things are not for everyone to know. And I think, again, mindfulness and awareness of the fact that whatever you post, you may feel like you look great in this outfit today and you post it. But that posting is going to live forever. And you may look back on it a year from now and say, now, why did I do that? Or, oh my goodness, I didn't want that shown. But you just have to be mindful. It is awareness that your profile is going to live forever. And I don't know what's going on in society, but there is still decorum and there is a such thing as too much information, right? Mm-hmm. We are exposed to a lot of information with social media, but there is still such a thing as TMI, right? So I think that's getting the lines are getting blurred with what people will share. And sometimes I think we have to gently tell people what is inappropriate so that they can be mindful, because sometimes they just may not know that it's too much information.
Thank you so much, Tamlyn. And I have a comment from Coach Eric. Says social media is the new billboard for some business people, but use it wisely. I think that is such a great comment. I wish that we could just put that on PM. Everyone should be able to read that because you can use it for yourself, for your advantage of your business. But it just depends on what you're doing with social media. Social media is a great tool. People make money on social media every single day. But you can also either make your image on social media or you can break it apart. So you have to choose what exactly you want to achieve on social media. And welcome, Sikoni, my friend. It's so good to have you here. We are having a conversation about social media. And welcome, Dr. Candice. Look at that. Congratulations on a great award and becoming a peace ambassador for the Universal Peace Foundation. It's so good to have you here. Welcome. I'm so proud of you guys. I saw all the work, everything that happened yesterday. Yes, at the World Civility Day. It is so good. Thank you for making out time to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you. You really deserve it. And of course, guys, I want to let you know we're going to be bringing on very soon to the show the Hunger Nine. Fighting, they're doing everything possible to stop gun violence. And that's what Candace, that's what her foundation, the initiative, that's the work that they're doing. And it's going to be coming to the show very soon. I'm so excited. I'm glad to see her here. We're bringing her and her team very soon to the show, probably next week, to kind of have a conversation about this and just create an awareness of what's happening and how we can all be part of what they're doing and take them to different states. I think it's amazing. I mean, people who are fasting and going without food to stop the gun violence. I think that's pretty impressive. And thank you so much, Dr. Candice. It's great to have you here. Thank you. And this are all the wonderful people that come on the show and just be part of what we're doing to inspire everyone. And so I always say that in whatever little capacity that you have, make sure that you're adding value to people. And guys, I told you about Coach Eric. Coach Eric has got, he's here on social media as Eric G. Reed, and he's up at 8 a.m. Mondays to Fridays. You want to be able to follow him on Facebook. Great nuggets to create success for personal development. Great nuggets. Sometimes I spend the time with him while I'm in the bathroom, but he doesn't see me. I mean, just listening to him because the great message in the morning. So you want to be part of all of that. And so these are all members of my family, wonderful people. So Tamlyn, let's just go back to this conversation. Now, how does your activity on Facebook or social media or Instagram or LinkedIn affect one's professional image? How does it do that? So for example, you're doing one thing, and welcome Santa Isaac from Kenya. It's great to have you. Thank you so much. You're doing one thing on social media and your resume says something else. So how is that going to affect your professional image? So let's say you're doing all the wrong things and then someday you show up to say, oh, I have a program to sell. Oh, I'm now a coach. I'm going to be speaking at this event. Come on, listen to me. How is that going to affect you? Over to you, Tamlyn.
Well, again, whatever you post, whether you intend for it to be seen by a hiring manager, a college, or a colleague, or a client, whatever you post is fair game for anyone. So it will affect your credibility. Whatever you post will definitely affect your credibility. And I've heard when my daughter was entering college this school year, the college admissions officer, she was telling us that some students were turned away because of what they had posted on Instagram. So they felt like those students would bring the wrong kind of energy to the school. And what the college asked for all the social media sites that the students were on before they allow them to enter into the school. So people may think that it doesn't matter, but now the whole landscape of entering college and entering the workforce is affected by social media, whereas 10 years ago, that wasn't the case. But now employers, they check pages. People have been let go of jobs because of social media sites, because of a comment they made, because of a post they put up, because of many things that were found on social media is affecting people's livelihoods, right? So you may think that one person may think that it's an innocent post or they have the freedom of speech to say what they want on social media, but it will have long-term effects on your livelihood, on your education, on being able to get into certain clubs, organizations, just simply because all of these entities are now looking at social media sites and looking at your profile to see if it lines up with the physical resume that they see when you enter the room.
Wow. I think this is so important, and welcome, Ada. It's so good to have you here. Welcome, Betsy. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. This is the Civilized Presence. We're having a great conversation about social media, because if you're like me, sometimes it's so tiring. I receive so many friend requests, and that's a good thing because of the program. And then somebody gets in your page and the next thing is sending you a nude photo. You're thinking, what? Excuse me? So another thing that I have a problem with, guys, and I want us to talk about this, Tamlyn, is people's profile names or usernames on social media. Now, your name might be Tamlyn Franklin. And then on social media, your name is Sexy Ice Cream Bee. Okay. Who is Sexy Ice Cream Bee and who is Tamlyn? So can you speak about that? Because that really confuses me. And then, of course, they try to stalk you and they expect that I should accept you to be on my friends list. I cannot, listen, I'm not on Facebook to be friends with Sexy Ice Cream Bee. That's not who I want. That's not what I stand for. So if I do not see your name, your legal name, like it appears on your passport or on your resume, I'm not going to accept you. So please just kind of say something about that to our audience, because I see all kind of strange names on social media. And I think that's so creepy. And over to you, Tamlyn.
Yes, and as a human resource recruiter, Louisa, I see that oftentimes. And if I have to forward a resume to a group of people, I just cannot, in good conscience, send a resume with the email name bigsexy@gmail.com. I can't send that to the group of managers. So if the name is not the first and last name of the person applying for the job, usually they don't get forwarded because it's the whole image of the person that you're sending, right? So if their name does not line up with the qualifications on the resume, it sends a mixed message. If you are like completely qualified for a position, but you don't have the discernment to change your name to something that is professional, then it's a missing link someplace. So I would highly recommend that the resume just maintain professionalism and use your given name, your birth name, when setting up an email, especially in the professional realm.
Thank you so much, Tamlyn. And we have a contribution from Santa Isaac. Santa Isaac from Kenya says, what I like most about social media, it doesn't forget. Thank you. And over here, Dr. Candice says, very valuable information. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Eric. Yes, you are a world changer too, and you are an influencer. So it takes one to know one. That's going to take us to the next question, Tamlyn. I'm really enjoying this. Another thing that I noticed on social media is people do not take the pain to set up their profile properly.
Okay.
No, your profile, of course, already has Sexy Ice Cream Bee. It has nothing about the work that you do. What do you expect it to attract? It's going to attract the wrong people. Because the first thing that I look out for, and Coach Eric just said something, said, truth, how hard it is to get a free Gmail, even if it has to be given name and a number. Bud Smith 3434. That's correct. That is so funny. And this is what we see every single day. So people do not take the pain to set up their profile. Who are you? What do you do? What does your company do? What services do you provide? You know, the power of first impression. You might never have or get a chance to change that. When I'm searching for you, you're not there. I want to check you out. And I put in your name on LinkedIn and it's got nothing. Or maybe it has no photograph, or it has the photograph of a rose. You are not a flower, you're not a rose. Like, put your face there and take the pain to give us the right photo. So, you know, I want you to speak about that. The social media identity. What should we see when we're searching for you? Because, you know, people do all those great things on their resume and it's beautiful, but when you search for them online, you can never hire them. Over to you, Tamlyn.
Louisa, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times on LinkedIn, and I notice this a lot, people do not post their profile pictures on LinkedIn, but they'll put all of their personal information and their qualifications, but no photo. And I just do not accept friend requests from people who don't include a photo because I don't know who I'm dealing with.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's unnerving, actually. It's like you have a mask. So if you are utilizing social media, you just have to operate with civility as far as allowing other people to see you. It's like you being able to see me, but I can't see you. That's not civil, right?
I think so. I agree with you. I agree with you because there's so many people, and Coach Eric is saying something. Is that keep your profile up to date, review it often. That's correct. Also, make sure all your social profiles link and have the same common information between them. Thank you so much, Coach Eric. See, it's always good to have you here. Some great nuggets. So that's really important. So, like you said, you must have the right photo. You must have the right photo because you might never get a chance to defend it. And so if you add me on social media and you have no photo, I'm not going to accept it. Because I think that's creepy. You can see me and I can't see you. Who are you? And the funny thing is that sometimes they try to add you on social media. You do not accept it and they send you a note with so much audacity. This is me from XYZ. Well, no. I need to see your photo.
Right.
Oh my God, guys, I'm really having fun with this. And if you have any questions, please bring them up because we have the expert in the house. The conversation really is, what are you doing on social media? Are you showing civility on social media? Tamlyn, just before we go, please talk about, there's some problem that I find on social media. A baby is born. This baby has got the right to her own or his own privacy. Listen, do not do a video call in the labor and delivery room. We don't want to see that. Respect this baby. And we see a lot of that on social media these days. I mean, how would I feel to grow up and find out that I was lying, barely wearing anything on me when I was a baby on social media somewhere on the internet, and my name was there even before I knew what my name was. So Tamlyn, I want you to speak about that. What do you think about that?
Well, I would say use discernment, and I would say ask permission. Now, if you're posting pictures of your own baby, I would say use discernment. But when you're posting pictures of other people without their permission, I think that's a slippery slope because some people have professions where they really don't want their whereabouts to be known to every person. So a lot of times people will take group pictures and they'll post it right away without sharing with the group that, hey, I'll be posting this, is that okay? I think you should always use discernment and ask other people if it's okay. So if I take pictures of my grandchildren, I should ask their parents if it's okay for me to post without just taking it upon myself to do. I can't say that I've always done that, but in the big scheme of things, I should ask permission, because children can be targeted later just from the pictures that are seen online, right?
That is true.
And I think we have to use discernment when posting anyone. And I've had family members, if we're at a group event, family members have said, please don't post. They will tell anybody in the room, take it, because everybody has a camera, everyone has a cell phone, so everyone's taking pictures all the time. I would say some family members do not want to be on social media. Older relatives, I've heard say, please do not post me on Facebook. And I think as a culture, we just need to be mindful and ask people before posting anything. We should ask people if it's okay to post small children, adults who are not on social media, especially people who are not on social media. I think we should always be mindful and ask them if it's okay to post them just before taking it upon ourselves to do so. Because like, I think it was Eric who made a comment that social media never forgets, right?
That's true. That's true.
So whatever we post is going to remain forever. We can delete it, but it's still going to be there.
It is. And these days, with all the gadgets, you can record videos and photos and store it on your phone and do anything with it. And so you have no idea what happened to the video. You had no idea what happened to the photo. So you might think I've deleted it, but of course, you have no idea what has happened. A colleague of mine shared with me how she found out about her father's death on social media first.
Wow.
Can you imagine? She was away traveling, she was away working, so she wasn't on her phone. And so her father was a public figure, and people put it on social media only for her to go on social media and she saw her father's photo. Wow. And she saw all kind of messages, and that was the very first time she learned about his passing. So you see, this is, we have to watch this. And like you said, we have to ask people what they feel before we can share this information. So my very final question for you would be about cyber crimes. And of course, research has shown that there's so much cyber crime, cyber attacks that is being committed daily. And a lot of children are victims of this crime. And of course, it's just increasing every single day. Now, Tamlyn, what can you suggest? How can we just I know it's difficult for us to put a control over it. Just kind of stop it. But how can we even contribute to put some form of control, or just be mindful? Or what would you say to parents or that have children? What should they do, so that their kids do not become these victims of cyber crimes like child pornography and all of that? Over to you, Tamlyn.
I would say we have to have conversations with our children and tell them how important it is. I was talking to a friend who happens to be in the school system, and she was saying how some kids at school were doing some inappropriate things sexually, right? So some other children took photos of it. They didn't realize that forwarding those messages was actually a crime. They're in middle school. They don't realize that now they're in a whole porn scheme, and they don't realize what they could face just from sharing the photo of someone naked or someone's body parts. And these are young children, so we have to educate them. We have to get the conversation going in school so that they know that it may be innocent, or they think it's innocent, that they just somebody lifted their shirt up, somebody took a picture, now everybody's laughing, hee hee ha ha, they think it's funny, but now that whole group of kids are now under investigation, could be expelled from school. Something that seemingly innocent can turn into a disaster for a school-age child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And children can be easily lured into game sites and other sites, into all kinds of arenas where it's filled with people who are looking to do harm to children. So we have to constantly educate. We have to be involved. We have to actually go to some of the chat rooms that the children are in, because a lot of behind the scenes stuff can go on that the children may not say, or they may not recognize it, but the parents can easily pick up on those things that are going on. And not just children, there are many cases of people who are online dating, using social sites to date and all, and they're finding that all kinds of crimes are happening because there is no actual check and balance with the person that's behind the computer screen. And I even had an incident recently with trying to do some business online, and the person would not provide a phone number, so you couldn't interact with the person. They just want to hide behind a virtual presence. So they put up a picture, but you don't know if that picture is actually them or not.
That is true.
So we are dealing with the internet, and social media makes we feel like it's intimate and we're connected, but at the same time, it's elusive, because people can put up pictures, but we don't know if that's the actual person. If we don't see them interacting or see live video of the person, we don't know who that picture is when we're dealing with other people. So I would say education, and make sure that we take the time to look at what young people are doing, and we take the time to help our friends and family who may think that what they're doing online is innocent. But if you're into social sites and dating and networking and happy hours, and you're going different places, always let somebody know. It's about accountability. Always let someone know, because cyber crimes are running rampant, because people can get away with it. They can hide behind a picture, which may or may not be them, and you'll be chasing a rabbit that doesn't even exist when trying to solve a crime. So always let someone know where you're going, your whereabouts, and your intentions. Still maintain your privacy, but always just keep somebody informed so that you don't get caught in one of these crime schemes.
That is so true. And thank you so much, Tamlyn, and welcome, Ndabu. Welcome, Elizabeth. It's great to have you here, sis. Thank you so much for joining us. And let me share a personal story, and I hope that this is going to encourage somebody else. A couple of weeks ago, I had a friend request from a popular actor in Africa. And this actor, for example, should at least have millions of followers, okay? So this was, of course, a fake Facebook page. And so I got an invitation. And I ignored the invitation. I refused to accept it, because when I looked at the page, I realized that this person had about 1,000 plus people. Is impossible. This actor, it's like having Will Smith on Facebook, for example. This person should have over 1 million followers. I mean, if we had a chance to have over 1 million followers, this person should. And so in a couple of days, I received an inbox message. And this person says to me, "Why are you not accepting my friend requests?" So I said, "Who are you?" And he says, "Oh, I'm the popular actor in Africa." I said, "You're not. Who are you?" And he goes, "Well, let us have a chat." I said, "Listen, I use my page for work, and I'm not here to chat with people. If you want to be part of my video, go and follow my business page, because I think you need the message to kind of have a brainwash with what you're trying to do. So go to my page and follow me on So Unique Experts." And before I knew it, he sends me another message. And it was a video I didn't open the video. I don't know what's in the video, but of course you can imagine what would be in the video. So right away, I clicked on his profile and I looked out for other people who were already friends with him. And I sent them a group message and I said, take this person off from your Facebook. Block this person off, take him off from your Facebook. I'm about to report him. And I did that right away. So this is where civility comes in. You know, you have to be mindful and just pay attention to what's happening. If something is about to hurt the next person, try to stop it. I could have just blocked him for me alone, but, you know, I knew about this actor. The other people who were his friends were not Africans. They knew nothing about this actor. So they probably accepted him. I don't know why they accepted him. And God knows what could have happened or transcended after that. So I had to stop that. I sent them a mass message. I said, delete this name and block him right away. And as soon as they did that, I sent it to Facebook. I said, take this person off. This is a fake account. And he was taken out. So if we do not do that, if we do not help other people, if we're not our sister's keeper or our brother's keeper, then we're going to continue to, all of those things will keep happening every single day. But if we watch out for one another, then it's going to help us to be able to curb the cyber crimes. It's not like they're not in existence, but we can try to watch out for one another. We can try to be protective instead of fighting ourselves on social media. So that's the point, and I hope that this story kind of helps someone, because this is my personal story. This is something that I experienced on social media a couple of weeks ago. But guys, it's been a wonderful conversation, and the topic for today was, are you showing civility on social media? If you're just joining us, you can have access to this video right here on my page, and welcome May Henshaw. It's great to have you here from Nigeria. You can have access to this video here on my page. You can follow me on Facebook. It's So Unique Experts. On Instagram, I'm right there. It's So Unique Experts. Or on YouTube, you can also have this video later on this evening. It's Louisa Akaiso. And you can have access to a lot more other videos. Guys, we've been sharing valuable content, and you want to be part of what we're doing. You might be saying, Louisa, I already know this information. No problem. But there are a lot of people in your network who need to hear this. A lot of people who can still learn from what we do. So do us a favor by being the civility ambassador in your own circle, in your own platform, in your community. Try to pass on the positive message to other people. You don't need to do the talking. We've already done the video. Invite them to watch this video. Share it with them. This is a great video for you to download and save it on your phone and forward it to as much young people as you can, or even adults, to be aware of what's going on. Because like Tamlyn said, sometimes people are not even aware, and that's why they're doing the wrong thing. So do us a favor and be responsible for the things that happen around you. Just as you are responsible for your actions and the impact of the things that you do, help us to pass on this message. Invite more people to be part of what we're doing. Like I said earlier on, we're here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So on Monday, we will be back at 8 a.m. Sometimes we have a special session like this one, and we will always let you know if we're having a special session, if the time is going to change, but the message remains the same. So thank you so much. It was so good to have you. It was so good to hang out with you. All of you who are joining us from everywhere in the world, thank you. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where you're joining us from, but thank you. It was so great to hang out with you. And so I hope to see you again, same time, Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Make it a date. We would love to see you on Monday, 8 a.m. and Eastern Time. We'll be sharing another great message with you. So take good care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now. Thank you. And thank you so much, Tamlyn. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.